Well, shoot. I hate pulling traps. Always kind of a sad deal. But I think it's time. I'm not getting anything back here other than broke. One thing about it, warm enough out here, I don't think any of these are going to be froze down. Well, like I say, they're not going to be frozen. It's warm out here today. A spot like this one is kind of rare. I mean, in this canyon, it's steep-sided and narrow. Pretty hard to find a spot that, you know, a German Shepherd-sized animal jumping around isn't going to be able to be seen. These little Christmas tree-sized trees, they would hide it pretty well, but this is one of the few spots that I could even really put a trap. There's just really not very many places. Look at this old can. Oh, that's an old one. Thought about bringing that home. I still might. It had to be opened with a church key, or looks like maybe even they used a pocket knife. It's too bad you can't read anything on it. Beer can of some kind. I think that's kind of a good spot for that. But anyway, like here, I did walk back up into here and looked for another spot when I first set these traps. So these are my tracks from before, and there are no new ones at all. Of any kind. I mean, no deer, no coyotes, no fox, no nothing. So, I don't know. It seems kind of strange that there wouldn't be. But that's the way it is. Like I say, this is really, I mean, perfect conditions for trapping. Everything's warm enough not to freeze down, but it's just too far coming back here. I'm going broke. Things do blend in good, don't they? This is one of those few flat spots I was talking about that should be a little harder to see from the road. I don't know, it's still open enough that something jumping around, they might see it. People's eyes pick up movement better than they do anything else. Man, I hate pulling traps. Well, one more. Look at that big old ponderosa. That is a big tree. Base of that, from there to there, I bet it's 5-6 feet. Up a little higher, it's probably 5 anyway. Wonder how old that tree is. Pretty amazing, really. Okay, so my last one is right down there, right where my shadow is. Right there. But it is empty. Like I said, I don't think anything has been through here. I am kind of surprised that nothing has been set off or dug up or anything like that by coyotes or anything else. I turned my pan tension up so that I purposely hope not to catch a coyote or a fox. Usually, something will dig one up or something, but if your traps are descented enough, they shouldn't find them, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes there's enough scent from something that they'll dig there and they'll dig them up, but nothing at all this whole season, which kind of a short season. This would be this would be the only one that'd be froze down if it was gonna be, and I can tell right now it's not. No problem at all having that catch a critter, but if there's only a critter to catch. So I've showed this before. I'll tell you, this is sure a slick way of tying off these traps. What I have here is I have an 1/8 inch cable, and it has a big enough loop in it right here that I pass the chain and the entire trap through that loop. Just go around a tree someplace and there's no way they're going to pull that out. Well, that's the last of them. Seeing that big bunch of elk coming in here today, the kind of makes me think, well, if the elk are steep and frozen enough, I might fall down. If the elk are back in here enough, maybe the wolves will follow them. But I don't know. Like I say, there is a limit on how much money I can afford to lose, and kind of gone past that limit quite a while ago. Well, much as I hate to, it's time to pull the plug on this area. I do want to kind of try some other spots down here. I'm going to put some trail cameras up and see what, if anything, comes through. If I can get some more wolves on camera and kind of get an idea of what their rotation is, and get an idea of what to expect as far as trap time wait. You know, maybe I can do it again next year or even later this year, but need a lot more studying, I think. Hard to do this one-handed, and I'm not left-handed either. There we go. That's all there is to that. Wind it up and take her home. Grab my traps cover. These window screens are great, even with a catch made. Most time you can reuse them unless they chew it up. And I hate doing that. A lot of effort to, I'll find a spot and dig all this out, set them, and man, I hate doing it. But that's the way it goes.